My family kicked me out after Grandpa died. 3 years later, they discovered I owned everything. When my grandfather died, my entire family became vultures. The funeral wasn't even over before people started arguing about money. Properties, businesses, investments, inheritance, everyone wanted a piece, especially my Uncle Richard. He had spent years convincing everyone he was Grandpa's favorite. Honestly, most people believed him, including me. So when the lawyer called the family together for the reading of the will, nobody expected any surprises, least of all me. I was 24, working a normal office job, living in a small apartment. Compared to my wealthy relatives, I was practically invisible. The lawyer opened the file and began reading. My cousins received money. My aunt received a vacation property. Uncle Richard received several businesses. Everyone looked pleased. Then the lawyer reached the final page. He looked directly at me and smiled. My grandfather left me something. The room laughed. Even Richard smirked. The lawyer nodded. Yes. Then he handed me an envelope, just an envelope. Nothing else. The room exploded with laughter. Richard nearly choked. That's it. Everyone joined in. Apparently Grandpa had left me a letter while everyone else received actual assets. I tried smiling, but honestly it hurt. After the meeting, Richard walked over. Looks like Grandpa knew exactly what you deserved. More laughter. That was the moment I realized I wasn't family to them. Not really. 3 months later things got worse. My parents lost money in a failed investment. Suddenly they needed somewhere to live. I assumed we'd support each other. Instead they blamed me for everything. They said I wasn't helping enough, that I wasn't successful enough. That Grandpa had always been disappointed in me. Then one evening my father said something I will never forget. Maybe you should leave. I stared at him. What? This family has enough problems. My own parents threw me out. That night I packed my bags and left. No one stopped me. No one called. No one cared except for Grandpa's letter. The letter I'd never opened. 3 months later I finally did. Inside was a single sentence. Trust nobody. Visit Harrison and Blake Financial on June 15. That was it. No explanation, no details, just instructions. Honestly, I almost ignored it, but June 15 arrived, and curiosity won, so I went. The receptionist immediately stood up. Mr. Carter? I nodded. Within minutes I was sitting in a private office. Then a man entered carrying several documents, and changed my life forever. Apparently Grandpa owned a holding company. A secret company, one nobody in the family knew existed. For years he quietly transferred assets into it. Stocks, real estate, business ownership, everything. And the sole beneficiary, me. I nearly fell out of my chair. The value. Over $100 million. I couldn't speak. The lawyer smiled. Your grandfather trusted you. I finally asked the obvious question. Why me? The answer made me cry, because Grandpa had left another letter. In it he explained everything. He had watched the family fight over money for years, watched people betray each other, lie, manipulate, steal, but I was the only person who regularly visited him without asking for anything. The only person who called just to check on him. The only person who treated him like family instead of an ATM, so he left me everything. But there was one condition. I couldn't tell anyone for 3 years. 3 years. Long enough to see who truly cared about me. The answer? Nobody. Not one family member contacted me, not once. Meanwhile my life transformed. I invested carefully, expanded businesses, created jobs, built wealth, and stayed completely anonymous. Then the 3 years ended. Coincidentally, that was when my family hit disaster. Richard's businesses began collapsing. Several investments failed. Properties were sold. Debt piled up. Suddenly they needed help. That's when my phone rang. The first call in 3 years from Uncle Richard. I almost laughed. He sounded friendly, very friendly. Apparently they were organizing a family reunion and wanted me there for family. Of course I agreed.